Hello, welcome to Goodnight Flagstaff. I'm Jamie Paul, and I love reading stories, and I'm really loving Race to the Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse, which is the book that we're reading right now. You can find a new chapter from one of our favorite family-friendly books at 8 p.m.-ish each weeknight on the Literacy Center's YouTube channel and on Crater Radio, a local online radio station. Tonight we had some technical difficulties, so we're a little late. The previous chapter is replayed on Crater Radio each weeknight at about 7:45, just before the new chapter airs. You can also listen to all previous Goodnight Flagstaff recordings on YouTube. If you'd like to check out Race to the Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse and read along with us at home, it's available on the Hoopla app with your Coconino County library card. Check one out today. Please email us if you'd like to join our team of readers and connect with your community through stories. All ages are welcome. Our email is goodnightflagstaff@gmail.com. Last time we read together, Nizhoni found Mr. Charles trying to steal a picture of her family. She asked him about it, and he started to talk about her mother and her ancestry from the Changing Woman, and how upset he was that she had the same powers. Turns out he's discovered Mac has special powers too, and now he's pointing a knife right at Nizhoni. So Chapter 6. No Spaghetti Macaroni for You. I don't even think before I run full tilt at Mr. Charles. His startled eyes are the last thing I see before I kick the knife right out of his hand. It goes skittering across the tile floor. Whoa, where did that move come from? But I'm not done. I headbutt Mr. Charles in the stomach. He goes, woof, and stumbles back. And for good measure, I execute a perfect elbow strike to the cheek, just like I learned in the self-defense class Coach taught in PE last year. I've never been able to do it before, but this time it's a direct hit. And it's fast. I'm fast. Mr. Charles definitely makes an ugh sound. Nizhoni! My dad yells from the open front door, horrified. I pause in my vicious monster fighting onslaught to look over. It's not just Dad, but also Mac and the two bodyguards pushing through the entryway. They're all staring at me, mouths open, eyes big as fry breads. Well, I can't see the bodyguards' eyes behind their reflective sunglasses, but something tells me they're huge. What on earth? My dad rushes forward to help Mr. Charles. The man is bent over, one hand holding his stomach and the other rubbing his cheek. I am so sorry, Dad murmurs as he helps Mr. Charles stand up straight. I have no idea what is wrong with her. Wrong with me? He had a knife, I exclaim. I was protecting myself. Dad looks around. I see no knife. I kicked it away, I say. It's on the floor over there. I gesture vaguely in its direction. Mr. Rock bends over and picks something up. This? He asks, holding up a sharp, deadly, mechanical pencil? It was a knife, I insist. Mr. Rock presses the fraction of lead sticking out of the top of the pencil, and it breaks off with an audible snap, showing how thin and fragile it is. Mac makes a low whistle and mouths, "Way to play it cool, Z." But... I take a step towards Mr. Rock, ready to search his pockets. Of course he switched out the knife for the pencil. Of course he's hiding it. He works for Mr. Charles, doesn't he? Not so fast, Dad says, holding out an arm to stop me in my tracks. He grabs my wrist like a vice, and the low rumble in his voice tells me I'm in big trouble. The only thing worse than the rumble is when he calls me by my full name. Don't you think you've caused enough trouble, Nizhoni Marie Begay? Whelp. Mac mouths. You are so grounded. I narrow my eyes. Oh no, I'm not getting blamed for this one. Dad, he had a knife. Honest. He was threatening to kill me. Why else was he in our house? I came in to use the little boy's room, Mr. Charles says, with an embarrassed shucks chuckle. Oh, please. Surely Dad's not falling for that. I mean, do monsters even pee? Then why were you studying our family photos? I ask with a growl. I was admiring them, he says. You have such a lovely family. Aha! More lies. Everyone knows Mac is funny looking. I ask, then why did you need a pencil? He crinkles his brow, puzzled. You asked me for an autograph. Don't you remember? He holds up a small flip-top notepad. Mr. Rock pumps the eraser to load fresh lead and hands the pencil to Mr. Charles, who signs a piece of paper with a flourish. He tears it out and holds it out to me. Thanks, I mutter, taking the paper automatically. I look down at it and see that he has very nice handwriting. That seems odd for a monster. Wait, monsters give autographs? Double wait. I never asked for his autograph. He's totally lying. Dad simmers. Mac mouths. Loser. Dad, I start to protest, but he's not listening. To your room, he says, quietly but firmly, pushing me down the hall. I swear he had a knife. One last protest. We're at my bedroom door, and he marches me across the threshold, plants me by the bed, and turns to me. I've never seen him so mad. His face is bright red, his eyes are wet like he's about to cry, and the veins in his neck are pulsing with parental rage. I have never been so embarrassed in my entire life, he hisses through gritted teeth. How could you attack my potential new boss, who I'm trying to impress, and then make up some wild story about a knife? But no, he holds up a hand. You're done talking, Nizhoni. In fact, you're done. Period. You are staying here while the rest of us go to Pasta Palace and have a nice, violence-free dinner. You are not to leave this room, and I'm taking your phone, too, so you can spend time thinking about what you've done. Do you hear me? He raises a shaky hand to his face and pushes his short hair back. And I am going to apologize profusely and try to save my job. I know you don't want to move away, but you've gone too far. Much, much too far. I hate to say it, but I am ashamed of you. And just like that, all the fight goes out of me. I feel like a worm. Worse, the end of a worm. Worm butt. That's me. I feel my stomach sink and tears rush to my eyes. My father gives me one last look, a look of pure shame, before he closes my bedroom door right in my face. I stand there for a minute, staring at the back of the door. I can hear Dad making more apologies to Mr. Charles, and that slimeball laughing it off and asking if I caused trouble in school. Unfortunately, I also hear Mac helpfully volunteering that I once had to attend a Saturday anger management class at my old school for punching Elora Huffstratter in the nose. But Mac neglects to mention that Elora Huffstratter, a white girl, said my mom left us because I was a dirty Indian. Then she made war whooping noises like something out of a bad Western. So as far as I'm concerned, Elora totally had it coming. I would do it again in a heartbeat, even if it meant another Saturday anger management class. Mac has totally bought into Mr. Charles' act. My little brother has no idea that we're both in danger, and I can't warn him without my phone. More voices and footsteps, and they're all leaving. I hear the click of the front door as it closes. I rush to my window to watch everyone pile into the big black Escalade and drive away. Everyone except Ms. Bird, who turns and heads back to the house. I open my door a crack to see her plop down on the living room couch and pick a magazine off the coffee table. Looks like she's getting left behind to make sure I don't escape. And just like that, my day of average humiliation becomes a day of spectacular humiliation. No family, no phone, and everyone believes a monster's word over mine. I flop on my bed and maybe, just a little, because nobody's here to see it, I cry. Thank you for joining us. Join us tomorrow night for Chapter 7, titled Mr. Yazzie. Good night, Flagstaff.